And your name is?
I'm Darius. I'm the authorized signatory thereof, Darius Mccrary. Your Honor. Oh, I'd like to also say I'm here in special appearance.
Special appearing for who?
I'm here on special appearance.
Sir, who are you specially appearing for?
I'm specially appearing for Darius Mccrary. I'm here pro per special appearance.
And when you say you were here pro per and special appearance, who were you?
I'm an authorized signatory thereof of the estate and the executor of the estate.
Who's the state?
The Mccrary estate.
And your name is?
I'm Darius. I'm the authorized signatory.
What up, though, my babies? It's your girl Jen checking in. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for shooting with me in the gym, clicking on this video and kicking it with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really appreciate you for being here. So first of all, y'all, we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna talk about you. If you seen the videos beginning or if you read the title, then you know what it's about to be about. All right, it's about to be about your boy Eddie Winslow, okay, and how he went from Family Matters to Family Court, okay? First of all, there is a point where child support can turn criminal, okay? And we're going to have some real talk today about friend of the court, accountability, who's to blame, like, because let's be for real, when it all said and done, it's about these kids. Who knew Darius Mccrary, aka Eddie Winslow, was dropping off babies up here in Michigan? You know what I'm saying? But apparently he has been. So he was recently extradited back up here to Michigan for unpaid child support. So he reportedly owes over $75,000 and tried to skip court. Nah, you know, we can really we could talk about how Michigan, they really don't play when it comes to child support. And even though they don't play when it comes to child support, it still feel like the system is broke to me on both sides, okay? So this is a crazy story. Apparently, he was arrested near the Mexico border. He was held there and denied bail because he had a Michigan warrant. Okay. So, sir, I don't know who told you that you was Perry Mason and not Eddie Winslow, but you was not supposed to try to represent yourself. Like, that was not the move. And apparently that's what he did. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all, Darius Mccrary, aka Eddie from Family Matters, he just got arrested near the Mexico border. And Michigan had a whole felony warrant out for him because he allegedly owed $75,000 in child support. Now, get this. He tried to represent himself in court, and I'm talking about, I'm here on special appearance. You know what I'm saying? He like, oh, I'm here on special appearance. And the judge like, have several seats, sir. You're not finna do this in my county. You're finna get a court-appointed lawyer, and then we can talk. So let's be for real. What do you really think went down? What could have possibly went on in his mind to make him think he could represent himself in any court, let alone front of the court, when you going in front of these people about $75,000? Oh, leave me a comment. Let me know early before we even go into a deep dive about it. What do you think was going on in his mind? Do you think he on something? Do you think he was having like some type of mental breakdown or something? Because everybody know anyone who represents themselves in court has a fool for a client. We done heard that before a million times. So what would make him do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, let me know in the comments what you think. Right now, I want to take a deep dive into child support from the beginning to the end, the rooter to the tutor. Okay. What exactly is child support? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was it created to be? You know, when was it created? By who? And why is it that everybody hates child support so much? Okay. So, boom. Apparently, child support is nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Child support been around since like 1919, but we'll get into that later. So since child support has been around since at least most of us was alive, okay, I don't understand why people act like they're gonna be able to get around paying child support, or they want to make child support out to be like some type of villain. You know what I mean? Like this man, Darius Mccrary, first of all, he told the judge that he was on his way to work. He was on his way to do some big thing. Oh, whoop de woo. You know what I'm saying? But you $75,000 behind on your child support. And it turns out he missed the child support hearing. Okay. And the court was not having it. His rep tried to say he had COVID, but they didn't get no paperwork. You know, Michigan is like, sir, we mailed you, emailed you, and prayed for you. Okay. But all of that is out the window. Now you need to show up and pay up for this child that you just left here and ain't taken care of. So now he's been extradited back to Michigan, probably hoping they let him slide. You know what I'm saying? Like Urkel used to slide across the floor when he was trying to entertain us all back on TGIF in the 90s. No, boo, you're not about to be able to do that. You're about to slide your ass yourself back to Michigan and cap up that bread for that baby that you popped out and tried to go back to LA and live your best life. Cause you know, this ain't reruns. The FOC not playing with him. And at the very least, if she been getting some child support from DHS, if she been getting some food stamps, then they're going to want their money. And then you're gonna have to her give her your part in helping raise this child. So for those of you who have never dealt with Friends of the Court, Friend of the Court is just that. It is an assistant of the circuit court. It stands, FOC stands for Friends of the Court. And, you know, that's what y'all need to know. The FOC is not for the custodial parent or the non-custodial parent. The FOC is for the court and ultimately for the child, because at the end of the day, if y'all don't get it together, that child gonna be a ward of the court. The child is gonna be a ward of the court. If you and your other half that you had this baby with, you and this co-parent can't get it together. So I believe that's a Michigan thing. Every state call it something else, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Each county in Michigan got their own friend of the court office. Now, this is another thing I feel like. I feel like when you live in a more wider, up to do, more rich county, your child support order gets treated different than in Wayne County. I feel like Wayne County, they don't care. They just don't care for real. So, apparently, the Friend of the Court was created way back in 1919 when horses still had parking spots downtown to protect kids after divorces. Now, when it first came out, I'm pretty sure it was probably called something else, and it was for divorces. But then they had to later on get with the program and realize that it was a lot of babies being born out of wedlock, and them babies needed a friend even more than some of these divorce babies. So they had to add more than just divorcees. And now, it's basically the middleman to anybody that needs it to make sure that, parents who don't have full custody is still paying their fair share and is still getting their just due as far as visitation and a relationship with their child. Because, just as much as you got guys that don't want to pay, you got women that want to manipulate the men in the system and use the babies as pawns, and that is no better. It's almost worse. So, the fact of the matter is, if you don't pay, they will snatch your money. They will snatch your taxes. They will snatch your anus up off the streets and put you in jail. You know what I'm saying? Just like they did your boy Darius, aka Eddie Winslow. And look, honestly, I gotta keep it 100. Most of the people who do hate FOC, them the ones who really need it, if you ask me. But I do understand that a lot of people feel like it's one-sided. They feel like it's like, okay, that's dumb. If them dudes don't want to pay their child support, why do I have to be subject to friend of the court? It's because nobody can pick and choose who's who. You know what I'm saying? They don't know that you gonna pay your child support. They don't know that he not. They don't know that. You know what I'm saying? They just gotta make it so everybody had the same rules. And if you don't pay, then you got to either make some arrangement. You can't just dodge it. That's the thing. Because everybody understand that things happen, people, lives, jobs change, people fall on some hard times. And the thing is that you can't just decide not to, because a lot of men will run in cowardice. And because they feel like they don't have the money right now, they won't do nothing for their child. They won't have no communication with their child or their child's parent at all. And so I feel like that's the friend of the court. They like, listen, if you're not gonna pay, if you're not gonna pay attention, you're gonna pay financially. If you're not gonna pay financially, but you want to pay attention, and this mom is trying to say, oh, well, if you ain't giving me child support, you can't see my baby. No, you can go to the front of the court and say, well, listen, judge, this is what the case is. I don't make that much. I'm only getting XYZ, but I still want to see my child. They're going to work with you. As long as you're not neglecting or putting that child in danger, they will give you visitation. They will give you visitation. But guys be scared. I feel like guys be scared to go to FOC because they know they might end up having to pay. And they don't want to pay. And I feel like if you know you take care of your child anyway, it makes more sense to get the government's receipt, because if she could easily say you're not doing nothing. But if you paying through child support, if you paying through FOC, it's documented that you're paying. She can never say that you wasn't doing your part. And then keep a journal. So that extra stuff that you're doing, it ain't that you're trying to play tit for tat or like it's not coming from your heart. But when you got situations like this where y'all done separated and y'all not at the best terms or whatever, you have to do what's right for you and that child. Because be for real, child support be like, we don't care if you laid off. We don't care if Chrysler shut down. That baby still needs some milk. That lady still need help paying her rent, but that you left her with this big old house, all these kids, that she gotta pay rent for a big house now because you left her with all these kids, and you think now she got to pay this rent for this 3-bedroom house. But you could just go live in a 1-bedroom apartment, or better yet, you could just go live with another woman and not pay no rent. When we got this house because it was going to be me and you together raising these kids. But now you done left me with these kids and I still got to do this by myself. No, you still got to pay half for your kids' rent. Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have these kids. I could get a 1-bedroom apartment. But no, you want to leave me with these kids, you got to help pay their rent. You damn right. That's why I don't understand why guys be like, oh, I shouldn't have to pay her rent. Yes, you should have to pay her rent. You left her with them 2 extra bodies, didn't you? That now she got to have room for. She wouldn't have to pay all of that if it wasn't for you. Be for real. That junk is so crazy. And you know what I'm saying? Some of these parents, like I said, they stop showing up to court because they embarrassed or broke. But baby, you better show up. You better show up, because the minute you don't, that warrant print faster than a Coney Island receipt. Okay? Stop playing with me. And the list of charges is going to be longer than a CVS receipt. So get it together, especially you dudes out here with 8 kids, 35 years old with 8 kids, and you mad because you got to pay child support. You knew you had to pay child support after you had 2 kids. How you think you can just keep having these kids and not helping these women? You got all these women out here that you need to be helping them pay their rent. You damn right. because you left them with extra bodies that they got to take care of. So if you got 5 baby mamas, you need to be paying 6 rents. Yours and your 5 baby mamas. If you got 8 baby mamas, oh well, that's what you get. But see, no, you guys, you think it's okay. And she's just supposed to be stuck footing that bill on her own, you know? Nobody told her to have all them kids. Well, nobody told y'all to drop all them kids off. Because y'all think y'all don't have to pay for them for real. Y'all pay this little minute amount and think that that's something or somewhere. No, it's really not. And Darius Mccrary, he is slow. I really think he's slow. And it ain't just him, it's a whole national thing. Billions of dollars in child support go unpaid every year, bro. Billions with a B. You know, a lot of folks just want to pay, but a lot of folks don't. A lot of folks will get a job, see child support start coming out, and quit it. And a lot of people that just don't want to work no more after COVID, after PPP loans and unemployment skyrocketing. People is lazy and just do not want to work. Everybody want to be an influencer, me included, but I love going to work. I love my job. And I just love going to work. I've been working since I was 15 years old. I love work. Like I was talking about this another time. If I had a rich husband, like how Ayesha Curry's husband is rich, I'll be just like her. I would not be satisfied just being a housewife spending all his money. Now, when I have big dreams, goals, and aspirations, now, yeah, I'm going to spend some of this money, but I'm going to spend some of this money starting some of the businesses that I've been wanting to start, doing some of the things that I want to do to help some of the people that I've been wanting to help, create opportunities that I've been wanting to create. You know what I'm saying? But that's just neither here nor there. You know, the fact of the matter is he tried to ghost. He was going to Mexico, talking about he was going to Mexico for work or whatever. Okay, well, if you're going to Mexico for work, pay your child support, sir. Pay your child support, because you can't just ghost the courts. You cannot just decide when you want to show up, when you want to pay. No, it is not like that. They will find you. It's like that one guy on that movie. Like, they got a specific set of skills, okay? They will find you and they will make you pay, or they will put you in jail. And instead of running for the border, you know what I'm saying? Why don't you go to the courthouse and file a motion so that you can make your payments more affordable for you if that's what you need to do? Just to be like, Judge, I need a modification. My situation different. I'm working, but I ain't making what I used to back when I was on Family Matters. Whatever you got to say. But don't think you could just ghost your child, because remember, your child has a friend. It's called friend of the court. It ain't got nothing to do with the mama. But they're not going to ultimately end up having to take care of your child because the child end up in foster care or the child end up on some type of extreme welfare. When you got money, you got money. You just said you was going to work, right? So the bottom line is this: take care of your kids and take care of your paperwork. Make sure you was on the up and up. And if you don't want to pay child support, you know, if you don't want to pay for daycare, if you don't want to help your baby mama pay her rent, and that's with proof. The government going to want proof, direct deposits, receipts, you know, court orders and all. If you don't want to do that, make sure you keep your pickle wrapped up and don't just be dropping these babies off in remote towns all over the country because you think you some type of star and you think that it's not going to come out. You think because you over there in LA and going back and forth to Mexico and all this, you just going to be able to leave your baby up here in Michigan to rot and be hungry and not be taken care of. No. So come on back to Michigan, Eddie. Come on back. And I bet the friend of the court is going to be right there waiting. Like, yeah, we've been expecting you, Mr. Winslow. But seriously though, hopefully this whole situation is taken care of and that baby can get everything that she needs to have the opportunities and to be able to live the life that she deserves, he or she. You know, I don't know if he have a daughter or a son up here, but whatever he got up here, he need to take care of him. Like, I really cannot stand dudes who feel like they could just go in and out of their kids' life, take care of their kids when they want to. And it's nothing wrong with telling your kid, you know what, baby, I don't have it this time. I don't have it this time. I don't have it this time. When your kid is old enough to understand, as far as just random stuff that your kid will call you and ask for. But when it comes to your child support, you need to communicate with the friend of the court and make sure that that is settled in that way too. Like, keep your business in order. Like, be men and women, because it's a whole lot of women out here paying child support. Please believe that. It's a whole lot of women out here that are not the custodial parents of their children. And if that's you, pay your child support. Don't come up here and don't sit up here and find excuses on why you ain't paying child support. Don't be like these guys, and when you get a job, quit it because you don't want them to take child support out. Get a job. Stop going from house to house, pillar to post. You know what I'm saying? Get a prayer life and understand that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light. He will guide you to better days. Believe him for bigger. Don't make excuses. Don't dwell on what you don't have. Don't live in lies and deception and running away from your responsibility. Get you a little job, treat it like it's a big job, because in the Bible it says when you are faithful over small things, the Lord will bless you with bigger things. So treat your little job, I don't care if it's at McDonald's, it's something that you could pay down your child support arrearage. It's something that you could assure your kids that you're responsible and you're working towards a living. Somebody will see you working hard at McDonald's or Wendy's, and they will offer you a better job because they will see how dedicated you are to that job. I done seen it happen before. God rest my ex soul. He worked at Wendy's for so long and he was so dedicated and he was such a good worker to them. And he used to go to the plasma center and donate to take care of his son and himself, to where after so long, when it was an opening at the plasma center, they made sure he got that job. Not only did they tell him about it, they made sure he got that job. And he was so excited. It was like right before he died. He was so excited to have that job. And I mean, he really thought he was about to get rich off of them and like own a stock and everything. He really saw that job as changing his life and being something better for him and his son. And it was because they had saw how dedicated he was to working at Wendy's and to coming there and donating. So somebody will see your dedication to one thing and they will bless you. Somebody will see you working hard to take care of your child and pay your child support, because yes, he was paying child support, to pay your child support, and they will bless you to make it easier and to give a better opportunity for you to provide for your child. But if somebody don't, a lot of these dudes, people might not even know you got a child. That's how little you is in their life. And you not paying no child support. You don't work. Like, come on, y'all. It's whatever Darius Mccrary was doing, like I said, he said he was working. So he should be ashamed of himself for being $75,000 behind and running away from his responsibilities. That's just what I'm saying. What is you saying? Because you know what I'm saying. I'm saying he ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And all y'all that is disregarding your children and purposefully not paying child support, shame on you. Shame on you. And I'm praying for you, but that's it. That's all. That's it for this video, you guys. Listen, if you like me, I was born in 1983. Apparently, they changed child support laws and stuff back in the 80s, like 1987. That was the last time there was a major change to child support. So maybe there needs to be another rehaul, revamping of the child support situation in Michigan and all over the country. Let me know what you think. What has your experience been with child support? Do you think that it's fair to custodial parents over, or do you think that it favors custodial parents over non-custodial parents? Do you think that Michigan is better or worse at investigating and going after non-custodial parents for child support. What is your experience with child support? What do you think about this whole Eddie Winslow representing himself and being his own lawyer at his hearing? And like, do you think he lost his mind? Do you remember him? Did you used to watch Family Matters? Leave me a comment, y'all. Thank you so much for shooting with me in the gym. I'm not gonna say I'm nervous, but I'm not sure what this sound gonna be like because when I did my test earlier, it was very low. So I'm gonna have to check into that. Hopefully you guys can hear me today. And it is Monday, so please make sure you are tuned in tonight after the game or during the game because we know it's Monday Night Football. Go Lions! Woo, 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 woo. However, we also are going to be taking time to talk it out tonight, and it is a very special episode because at midnight it will be my hostess with the mostest, T Doubles Tea Day. Okay, it's Temptober all month, and tomorrow is tomorrow is his big Tea Day, B Day birthday celebration. So make sure you're in the building with us tonight. We will be having a celebratory drink. We will be playing some games and just having fun for his 38th birthday. Okay. And you already know what time it is when it's listen, I love it's birthdays all month. That's why I say it's Temptober, okay? Because for me, my friends, I feel like it's their birthday all month. So we're going to have a ball tonight. We're gonna turn up. I might twerk a little bit. Y'all mind your business though. Mind your business, okay? Mind your business. Other than that, I will see y'all later on tonight. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel, like this video, share it, and I'll see y'all later. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. Deuces.